Hi, I'm DK Will, and this is DK Will Talk About It. I am going to cover just some quick, brief information on the Iraqi dinar developments over in the nation of Iraq. I know that a lot of my listeners look forward to dinar news, and so let's get into some dinar news. But you know what we got to do first, right? Check the mic and make sure it sound right. Well, I do hope it does sound right. Here's some news from the Iraqi National News Agency, and it is an article regarding the recent election. The Shiite Coordination Framework confirms its rejection of the election results. Anyone who's been in the Iraqi dinar for any amount of time, and I'm sure that's the overwhelming majority of the audience, knows that the elections are always a bit turbulent over there, I guess, just as they are over here, but more so over there. I remember one year they didn't resolve the results of the election until it was almost time to hold another election. And so they were blowing up buildings and burning things and everything else. And there was a key player in there who's going to pop up again, it seems. But here, let's just quickly read this. It's from Wednesday. The Shiite Coordination Framework affirmed its rejection of the election results. He said in a statement, "We had announced our rejection of the announced preliminary results of the elections according to clear technical data, and that what appeared in the past 2 days of chaos in announcing the results, confusion in procedures, and inaccuracy in presenting facts has reinforced our lack of confidence in the Commission's procedures, which calls us to reiterate our rejection of what I announced, the results, and that proceeding with them threatens to endanger civil peace." Well, that's interesting. When we look into this rejection of the election results, we find out here that the Shiite Coordination Framework, part of the SLC Maliki's bloc. Anyone who's been around a while knows Maliki is usually bad news. Now, I'm going to make a comment. I'm going to precede that comment with a couple realities. I do not affiliate with any political party. I try my best to remain neutral, observant, and just painfully honest on what I observe in the political sphere. I am just shy of 60 years old, and I have never voted in my life. So if this is your first time here, you probably know a little bit more. Maybe you should check out my get to know me video I did in the very beginning. I have a king that you can't see, and there's no need for me to vote for another one. And at the same time, though, that king orders us to be in subjection to the superior authorities, and I do that, and I pay my taxes, and I live here, and that gives me a voice. Will I vote for a new leader? No, I won't. My leader's name, as far as we know, is Jesus Christ, and heavenly name Michael, who is like God. So, that being said, if I say anything in political nature and it gets your panties in a bind, no matter what I say, it's not going to negate anybody's vote when voting time comes, because I don't vote. But Maliki is kind of like Hillary, I call her, and I really don't care what anyone thinks about it. I know the facts on people, and I make my calls. It's kind of like Pelosi over here in the United States, kind of like those ones that just keep showing up and making trouble, with offspring doing the same. I am aware that Maliki's son ran off with billions of dollars a couple of years ago. So I'm not surprised that Maliki shows up to create some kind of disturbance in the election results, because al-Sadr won. That's a very patriotic kind of guy, al-Sadr, for his people. He used to actually fight against the United States militarily. So it's pretty deep over there. So now they're making a little stink about the election results. However, the thing about the election is, they want to create some instability and all that good funky stuff because the bad guys are trying to prevent the good guys from implementing a global currency reset, and they want to try to fight, they being the bad guys, to keep the old fiat system in place, the debt slavery system that we're all subject to. And so, this is all just talk about, chat back and forth. It does show, though, that the Kuwaiti Prime Minister congratulated Maliki, so I think a big portion of his bloc won some seats. However, al-Sadr won the most seats. So that's the election that's going on in Iraq. I mean, that's just bits of information that I'm sharing with you about that. Personally, I don't think that anything's going to stop the timeline for the revow, reset, reinstatement, I don't think anything's going to stop it. I think it's going to happen one way or the other. It all just matters on who's going to be in control of the money. That being said, who's in control of the money? They have completed the draft budget for 2022. And so it reads here that Baghdad, the financial advisor to the Prime Minister, Mazar Mohammed Salih, revealed the completion of the preparation of the draft budget for next year, 2022, and the calculation of the price of a barrel of oil at a rate of $50 per barrel, stressing that its discussion will take place after the selection of the next government. Results of the election settled in. Saleh said in a statement reported by the official Al Sabah newspaper and seen by Economy News that the budget for the year 2022 has been completed, but it was not discussed in the Council of Ministers because the government is in the process of conducting business and it is one of the draft laws. Okay, so that's going on. And that $50 a barrel is very conservative because I think oil is trading somewhere in the high 70s, maybe even touching $80 a barrel right now. So that allows for a very large surplus in the budget. And I believe they're very intelligent people. I think they know that. And let's see what else it's worth talking about here. I have looked at these before, but I'm doing this kind of ad lib to share information. So I might come back to that one because I want to go to this one. And this is, again, Thursday morning. That's this morning's recaps. And I wanted to share this. I think this will be beneficial because I think we're so close that some people may even be getting notified and just have to keep quiet about it. Like I said, I believe it's a controlled release. And when it makes it to you and me, it'll make it to you and me. And just be patient and wait your turn. Until then, I think these are some good advisory tips to share. So I'm going to read it. It says, "Good morning, Roomies. Art and life really are the same, and both can only be about a spiritual journey, a path towards a reunion with a supreme creator, with God, with the divine. And this is true no matter how unlikely, how strange, how unorthodox one's particular life path may appear to oneself or others at any given moment." By Genesis P. Orridge. I do not know who that person is. But Holly reposts this. She's reposting again with a few ads. As I find repetition is needed, we are close. A few reminders. 1. Adhere to your NDA. Keep your mouth shut. Non-disclosure agreement, NDA. And do I believe those are happening? Yes, I do. I believe that. And do I believe that people are being notified on the sly as this controlled release happens? Yes, I do. And do I believe those who have more closer contacts to actual information, even whether it's misdirection on purpose or not, are aware of that? Yes, I do. I think this is one of those people. 2, you should keep your money on the QFS, not the banks. 3, you should have more than enough to not have to take it off the QFS to earn interest. 4, you might not need a wealth manager. 5, you should be educated on the QFS system and how to operate on this system. 6, the world as we know is changing. Do not think of banking and investing the old way. We are entering a new paradigm. 7, there may be some shutdowns of food and services. Have a supply of food and cash on hand for a few weeks. 8, as we move into a massive restructuring, we might experience some inconvenience. It is temporary till the world resets. 9, there might be a scary event. Stay calm. 10, the EBS will come out. Stay calm. Emergency Broadcast System. 11, there will be disclosure videos. These will be shocking. Stay calm. We are almost there. You know everything and will be guided. All will be well. The purpose of a trust, LLC, or foundation is for protection and being anonymous. Yes, we'll want one, but take your time getting the right one. And 14, your safety will always be paramount, as bad people will not go away overnight. So make sure you have a security alarm for your home, as an example. Research ways to protect yourself. Holly. I thought it was necessary to share that information, and there are wonderful tips in there. Take them or leave them. But paradigm, changing your view of reality and perception, I'm all about recognizing that there's a big need for that out there, and hopefully DK will talk about it, helps that get accomplished. And I've said it many times long before I've read these words from Holly. And so those disclosure videos, I think, will be shocking because, for instance, we'll talk for a moment about TV programs, and that's what I'll say. TV programs, TV programming. And that's what they've been doing. It's a mind game. I hope to help people see the light, to see the truth, as long as I'm able to see it myself. And I believe that I am, because I rely on the King I mentioned before. And there was a promise made that you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. I believe that. Free from what? Well, let's start with free from a debt-based monetary slave system. But if you don't believe you're in a debt-based monetary system, you still are in the dark, and you can't see the light. I'm here to turn on that light. So let's start there. That's a good place to start. Let's start with the lies of the media, creating the realities that don't even exist sometimes, literally staging things, and I've seen it with my own eyes, to get you to believe something that's not true. Freedom from those lies. Because until you're free from those lies, you're still in the dark. I'm here hopefully to help get away from that. I don't watch television, hardly ever. I don't want to get programmed. And I'm going to be here to help deprogram a lot of people. All right. Courtesy Bruce here. Bruce says, just excerpts, we do believe it's finally on its way to fruition for us and come full circle to all the way where it is we want it to show. That did make sense to me. Come full circle to all the way where it is we want it to show. I feel good about what I was hearing. I would say we are in a good place right now. We have to stay positive about even the fact that Intel is quiet. This could go any second. That is what I'm hearing. I'm just taking it, giving it out, just like I got it. And let's see what develops. Militia Man. On the day of election results, we see that Sadr is saying we will work to raise the Iraqi dinar to be in the ranks of global currencies gradually. I'm not sure what his definition of gradual is, but Article 8 is fully international. Therefore, at the starting gate, there needs to be a beginning. Going international at 1460, in my opinion, is not in the cards. Sadr is not the financial expert in charge of changing the exchange rate. The CBI is. and will be, in my opinion. Regardless, change is coming. And yes, I agree with that. Change is coming, folks. And there's going to be a reset of the monetary system. And I do believe that that change of the monetary system is going to go full digital. Eventually, full digital. Of course, gradually. I do believe, as many of my videos show, that your phone will be your wallet. I do believe that the QFS is real. I do believe all those satellites that Elon Musk and SpaceX is putting out there are a part of that Ripple net that now released a commercial telling the world, here we are, all over the world. I do believe that when you watch movies like The Matrix and The Terminator and all those other things they show, they're giving hints of what is to be. And what is to be is coming, and it's here. And so there may be some disclosures that will be shocking. Stay calm. Just like the lady said, stay calm. And I say this because I have a lot of information and experience in my own life that confirms a lot of things that some people would consider odd or conspiracy or crazy or made up. And that's the last thing I do in my life, is make things up. So having gone through some of the things I've gone through and been exposed to some of the things I've been exposed through in life, it already changed my paradigm. But my paradigm isn't closed. I'm always open to learn. Because the king I mentioned earlier said, I publicly praise you, Father, for hiding these things from the wise and intellectual ones and revealing it to babes. So he wasn't talking about the scholars when he said the wise and intellectual ones. He was talking about the ones who think they know it all. And the babes are the ones, just like babies are, who are eager to learn. Why, Mommy? Why? Revealed to babes. So search for the wise. Don't get full of yourself. Be patient. It's coming. I'm not going to read the thing about Putin. I just wanted to put a video out about a brief update on the Iraqi dinar. And I think I've done that. I did want to come back here and look at some of this. But here's what matters, folks. Things are on the way. And if your only focus is the Iraqi dinar, you probably aren't aware of a lot of the things that are going on. But if your focus is on the entire landscape and the monetary system and the central banks and the digital currencies and the legal battles and the transformations overseas on a global scale with a lot of financial mechanisms and technology, it's obvious that we are heading towards a crescendo. And things just have to change. And ever since 2008 crash that became public and it leaked out that, hey, this system then fell apart. If you'll recall, the bank crash with bail out happens and they bailed out the banks instead of letting them fail. They failed. And they've been in failure ever since. It's all been a Band-Aid. And it's time to do something about it. So there will be a global currency reset. Cash will disappear. Your phone will be your wallet. They will be able to control what you spend and know where you spend it. And that's just the way it's going to be. I don't know how I ended up where I'm talking about right now, but I'm done talking about it. I'm DK Will. This is DK Will Talk About It. I've talked about it. Have a wonderful day.